usually goes to LemonNation in the first place. So a new mindset, and Cloud9's actually been kind of moving towards that. A mindset of someone new in the jungle, a mindset of someone new now on stage.
Yeah, they have gone back to the LemonNation notebook.
Yep.
He does have the final say once again. All right, so right off the bat, interesting bans here because this is now 5.13, the patch that we're on.
We have moved on.
And I would say Nidalee is by far the best jungler in the game on this patch. I'm probably going to be repeating that story for the rest of the day, but she just got a huge buff with the stats added to Runeglaive, and Rek'Sai was taken down. In this patch, there's a nerf that a lot of people haven't even talked about that much. The range on her knockup was taken down significantly by 40 range, and it will really hamper her ability to really have big impact in team fights because it reduces the area that she can knock up multiple people.
I think we see where Cloud9 focuses their priority as well, off of these bans right away. 3 bans to the jungle immediately.
I talked about strategy. He's new to the jungle, doesn't have a very deep champion pool, so he's going to take off the top 3. You know, regardless of buffs or nerfs to the top tier of junglers, they're going to get everybody off of the table, and then not first pick a jungler either. So
nope.
I just wanted to make sure Trashy does not have
wow, Highest seemed to feel comfortable on things that aren't really being played all across the board. That Rengar last week, so
you
why
don't have
not?
to first pick that. Nobody's going to steal Rengar away from you in North America.
That Kalista, however, not really making it through the picks and bans for quite some time, being banned by either team. Now going to make it through.
Yeah.
So you can produce some results with it.
Yeah, usually we also see Sivir, very, very high priority.
That's
great for team fighting comps, great for grouping up, catching people in rotations. It's definitely something that would be a great tool against Cloud9 because they like to play the map so much. They like to, you know, call for split pushing and objective trading so often that if you have a speed boost in Sivir and you try and cut them off, brings a lot of counterplay to Cloud9 style. Alistar, of course, very high priority still as well. #1 tank support.
Yeah.
So Shen's coming up though.
Wolf making some ridiculous plays in the SKTQ game on that Alistar, and you can usually do that. A lot of confidence if you get a few good plays in the early game. You just keep going. You're a mad cow. We'll see if Bodydrop can get to that point. Usually a pretty calm bottom lane from enemy to start things off for them. Maokai coming in to make sure, as you said, a bit of a tank line here. Cloud9 making sure they waste their time, or not waste their time, use their time to give enemy a hard time when they go to pick their champion.
Yeah, this is something that we've pointed out for years actually with Cloud9 and Champ Select, is their insta lock-in and their double lock-in, so they give you, less time in Champion Select to react to what they're choosing. Let's see here, discussion still going on for the rest of the team. The front line is pretty much all they're looking at right now. It doesn't give away too much from enemy. Enemy already do have very good team fighting though. It's going to answer some frontline with frontline here. Braum support. That's been a LemonNation favorite. They also get that Song of Ice and Fire combination that they can lay down on you. Now, that actually was a little bit nerfed on this patch because you cannot no longer stack slows. It's just the strongest slow takes priority, and the whatever additional slows that are of lower value are just ignored now.
Still makes it pretty good. That Rylai's build as well, kind of favoring him.
Yeah,
so Rylai's are hunting guide to Liandry's.
Yeah, there you go. The Liandry's, huge buff for Rumble.
Right.
The Rylai's that people are talking about, I don't see it actually working with Rumble because the thing that we just went over, the slows not stacking anymore.
Yeah.
2 of his 3 damaging abilities already have slows that are almost 40% or 40%. So
very true.
Rylai's on Rumble. Meh.
All that aside, Cloud9 has grabbed themselves a team now that is comfortable in what they've had in the past. Balls gets that Rumble. Unfortunately, 3 losses in his last plays after being undefeated in professional play, so that could still be shaky. Going back to things they know, though, seems to be the key for them here in this Champion Select. Looking on the side of enemy, Otter on that Corki, things we have seen before, can produce a safe laning phase and then get out to the fight with the team. But we'll see how Trashy can do on Evelyn here.
Yeah, I think the one thing is clear for all Rumble players now is you definitely are going to rush your Haunted guys and build Liandry's.
Bit of Dargon.
So this is something that's very, very easy to play in the jungle, Shyvana. She's all about power farming, smashing through neutral monsters. He can either go Devour or Cinderhulk. I actually still really like Cinderhulk Shyvana coming from the jungle. It's just like a top lane Shyvana, because you can get almost as much money out of the jungle as you can in the top lane with her, because her clear is so ridiculously good with burnout. Now, Hai has been favoring the Devour Shyvana in his solo queue and in his recent practice, so this is probably a Devour Shyvana, but I actually do think that Cinderhulk Shyvana is extremely powerful too. We'll see which one he chooses. Going against Evelyn here, he shouldn't have a problem. If Shyvana ever runs into Evelyn or counter ganks her, he'll easily be able to chase her off.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, once again, when you run a jungler like Shyvana, the thing you're lacking is crowd control. Now we're gonna get Devoured junglers! Yes! Okay, so 513.
It's happening.
Devour.
The moons have a line.
A ton of junglers have talked about how they don't like hard farming. They're not a fan of Devour jungle. If there's a region for Devour to shine in, though, it is North America because of the slower game pace.
Right?
Ah, shoot. All right, I got super excited.
It's okay.
Anyways, it's a Yi mid.
We hear the passion. The passion is there.
Right. All right, we may still get one Devour. Thank you for rating me back in. I forgot about the Evelyn pick. They already have that one locked. So it's going to be the Master Yi Faker style here for innoX. We'll see if he can replicate.
Wow. So innoX, just harkening back to his birthday game, he was very, very, very nervous. Just on a birthday game because he had lost recently. This is a lot of pressure to be bringing out Yi here in the mid lane. I feel that he would take upon himself, but it seems like he's going to put that to the wayside and do what he can here to make some plays from the mid lane. innoX bringing out Master Yi. Enemy needs all the wins they can get here at the end of the split. 4 and 10, tied with Cloud9 in this game.
Well, remember the thing I was just talking about with Shyvana. The thing that you sacrifice when you run jungle Shyvana, she's best clear speed, really good scaling. She has no CC. Master Yi loves teams with no CC. He loves playing against those types of teams to try and get his resets.
So take a minute now and let us know who you think has the inside track for this one. Tweet at LOL eSports with either the hashtag C9 win or the hashtag NME win. We're gonna good play here coming in to week 8. Interesting champion picks as we make our way to 513, and we are gonna be on to the riff. Let's see what C9 has for enemy and enemy for C9.
All right, yeah, let's take a look here. Opening should be fairly safe for them. Everybody just gonna fan out, and it looks like there will be defensive positioning.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift.
Ah, yes.
Now, the thing that Hai was talking about in his little video feature about, strategy always coming out on top, doesn't matter about individual players, that only works to a point, right? I mean, there's always a break point where if they're that much better as individual players, you can just crush an enemy team no matter how good their strategy is. As of right now, though, as we said, standard opening for everybody, even have a little baby going down in the bush. Let's see if Maokai sets up a sapling start for Yi, because you can get a sapling explosion and 1 alpha strike to grab easy kill on the Raptor babies for an experience advantage.
Gold lead in the jungle.
It's the other bonus of Shyvana. Twin Bite not only is an auto attack reset, but it counts for 2 hits itself.
Yep.
Instant ward clears.
Minions have spawned.
And Hai's on the board with CS already. Huge CS lead for Shyvana.
Yeah. Pretty strong clip right there he's going at.
Now, it does put the onus of game-changing plays and early ganks here on Trashy. When you're facing Shyvana, you do feel a bit of pressure to try and affect the lanes because you know that she will have such a small effect if she does visit, just a speed boost to try and get her up there for a couple auto attacks.
And apparently a big effect to the team fight. Hai taking exhaust as well with his ignite.
Yeah.
In the jungle there. It'd be nice for innoX slowing him down when the fights come.
That's personal choice.
Yeah.
You can still run Shyvana, with Flash just like normal junglers. It also allows her for more aggressive counter jungling even than normal.
Yeah, it's true.
Because she is really strong in counter jungling, and having Flash means that if you do get caught out, you'll have an escape. But Hai going for the combat effectiveness. Don't worry, everybody. That's just the normal duo jungling now. Top laner tanks all the damage so that the jungler gets to save their health potions, since top laner will be going back to base anyway. And we did have the lane swap call, by the way, during that entire time we were talking about junglers.
Got the 2v2 matchup in the top lane. Maokai not doing too bad against Rumble and the other way around, so they should just be on an island for now, farming up until we get that first objective fight towards Dragon. High is, however, into the jungle here. Could get Trashy on the backside of his path. Oh, Trashy runs away. He has no idea. He just saved himself from going down.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't quite see how quickly they changed the vision there, but I'm pretty sure Trashy did see High moving into that bush just because he leveled up W instantly and used W for speed boost to run away.
True.
So I think he might have, you know, maybe caught scent of High. But speaking of that counter jungling, he's off to it early here on Shyvana. She can bully anybody out in 1v1, just a heads-up duel. But you do always have to worry about collapsing from the lanes, and that's the biggest issue here. Cloud9's top lane, the duo lane, shoved in early. They have control of the top lane. They can collapse very easily. Incarnation as well on Ahri, already shoved in innoX, so there was not going to be any help from either of the lanes for Trashy, and he just had to pull out, give up his red, and he's actually trying to answer here, but he's going to come up empty-handed. Most of this quadrant of jungle has already been cleared out, and he's going to have to grab Krugs if he gets anything for his time spent down here.
Well, they just warded towards the top. They could actually put some damage, maybe blow a flash onto balls.
Yeah, talk about early lane presence here.
There's the twisted advance. Smash was actually pretty quick there. Balls knows the gank is going to come in. He is forced to flash towards the end of the turret there. Has the pressure on the bottom from the jungler. What can Cloud9 do to work with this?
Yeah, he was thinking about trying to save his flash and just soak the damage, but started building up too much there. Had to blow it in the end. Not too big of a deal because the wave is already pushed up towards his turret, and he'll be able to CS at it.
Yeah.
Maokai with a bunch of AoE always constantly shoving the wave as well, so not too big a deal for Balls, who, by the way, did start with the Amp Tome just to try and rush into the Haunting guys and Leandri's build even quicker.
I like that start a lot. Makes you feel pretty powerful in lane. Sometimes turn around those gank situations. Not that one, though. A good hit by enemy. Blows the flash in the bot lane. They'll keep a timer on that. Looking back at mids. Double Dorans for both sides on their first back. So they know they're going to be dealing a bit of damage to each other while hanging out in that lane for some time.
Yeah, innoX also has picked up these boots. I do like the early boot pickup against Ahri because she's so heavily skill shot reliant. You can avoid quite a lot of damage with just movement speed if innoX is able to dodge. Oh, Alpha Strike, fancy move.
Oh, the dance from Incarnation.
That's actually the key sign of a good E player. What differentiates the meh solo queue Yis from the actual,
as you say,
the ability to use Alpha Strike to dodge abilities. That is the main thing. The secondary
thing. Right ability.
Exactly. The secondary thing that I look for are auto attack resets using your meditate. That also can be a very clutch move that isn't used fairly often, but in some situations can come out ahead. Also, you can use your Alpha Strike to reset tower aggro. Yi is a fairly snowbally champion, though, especially for that mid lane. They want to get him to his first item as quickly as possible.
Bodydrop a little too close, walked in front of the minions. LemonNation was setting up rush control for some time there. Sneaky, very low, able to flash from the teleport. That will actually be for nothing. And bottom lane pressure going to balls here. Let's see if Flaresz can make anything happen. It makes his way back down the fight in the mid lane. innoX very low. Trashy hovering on the side. He's got to know this is a trick by now. Nobody would stay there like that, but High was coming in as well. The double bait.
And now they can bully him. He's even
from Incarnation! The orb comes back, it misses. Able to pick up the kill from a Foxfire. High is gonna go down eventually. Incarnation stays alive as Flaresz does not fully come down. He stays in the tri-brush. They're still going for top lane. Pops the Vengeful Maelstrom and they take down Sneaky. Now the teleport from Balls. What an equalizer across the entire team in the tri-choke point. They're gonna get Otter too here if they can hit the harpoon. Overheating by Balls. He's gonna need that to keep going.
Incarnation can come up too.
There's the rotation as you say it. Incarnation starts to move. Balls very low. A few more auto attacks. LemonNation doing what he can to keep him there. Incarnation now set to pick up a few kills for himself. LemonNation a few last hits. This one is going the long haul. Flaresz under the turret, a charm over. It doesn't hit from Incarnation, no assist. The kill goes over to Balls. What a fight across the board.
A bloodbath, Riv. Everybody going down in the top lane, and because they were able to get that kill early and gain control of mid lane, Cloud9 do not come out behind. They were in danger of losing that skirmish, coming out behind in kills, but because the mid lane power there, Incarnation able to come up, head off their escape, and grab the extra kill for Cloud9 in the end. So they do come out with a cold lead at the 8-minute mark here. Whew, action-packed so far.
Could say so.
And on top of it, we will get that Devour. So first State of Devour.
Yeah.
In the North American LCS in the first game that it's available. Ahri gonna pick that one up on Shyvana and try to stack his way up. All right.
Well, bot lane antics now. It looks like you're gonna have innoX coming down, but they stop, head back up towards mid lane. Just pressure on Dragon for now. Make sure that does not go easily over to either team. Now that the bot lanes, or I should say the dual lanes, have switched to bot.
All right, let's take another.
Yeah.
This is the beginning of it. So Sneaky looks like an easy target. They kill him very quickly. Balls, his teleport was not used in the last skirmish up top because it was on cooldown for him using it to try to get back to lane. So it was back up here. And the equalizer was a, I don't know what that pink ward was actually. I think that was a misclick there for the pink ward. So Cloud9 get an extra 100 gold worth out of this skirmish, but you know, as we said, Incarnation was able to come up and close them out. Players had nowhere to go, so you're just going to give the kill over to Balls instead.
Seeing situations happen like double lift attack wards, I'm always up for throwing down a ward type fight like that.
If it's a really, really close fight like that,
I mean, there's a chance.
I would be down with sacrificing a trinket ward or maybe a
the
green
pink
ward.
You're right, yeah.
I'm very stingy with my pink wards. But yeah, in the end here, Cloud9 come out with the early game lead, 1,000 gold. And while we're talking about, you know, State of Devour and Devour junglers new on this patch, I really do want to emphasize the buffs in RuneSlave, because I was very outspoken about, you know, not being very happy with how efficient it was when it was first released. But these buffs are very, very big for 10 AP, as well as increasing the basically the sheen part of the item. Gives you a lot more burst damage and a lot more value out of the item. So Evelyn actually got a giant buff in this patch as well, and she's got a very, very strong early game presence. So far though, because of all the laner interactions, the advantage has gone to Cloud9. But there's the Rune Glaive completion from Trashy, which I actually like now that it's been buffed. I do value it higher than Warrior now.
Look how far up Incarnation is playing. This not usual play for him. Feeling very safe, kind of knowing he's, as you said, hardly any crowd control to come through on this team. Easy escape on Ahri. Playing this one much more aggressive than usual, keeping in the face of innoX and doing as much damage as he can there. Missing a quick charm, but has a much bigger advantage on the turret damage there.
People love Shyvana insta-ward clears. He doesn't have the cooldown on it. Oh, okay, he'll just do free. It's a triple kill! All right.
Oh boy. The hat trick and wards could cost LemonNation his life. Oh, the Glacial Fissure goes back. Just the end actually hits Alistar. Flash over from Trashy. Good ult for Flash there. It'll work out in the end. They're going to get some aggro onto the Dragon area now. A little overheat here by Balls. Doesn't look like he's winning this one straight up. On the side for Flaresz, there's the Rumble ultimate going down. Flaresz very low, is going to try to get through the minions. Grapevine, can't do it. Goes down right in the middle of the pack. A turret going down in the mid lane as well. This is going to create forward wards and more pressure for Cloud9.
Yeah. Flaresz not happy about the teleport from Balls that got him a kill and 2 assists to get him to this really early haunting guy's Merc Tread point. And Balls definitely taking advantage here. Sneaky left alone under the turret though. Goes down very quickly. High's looking to collapse. There's Balls once again. No ultimate though.
He is everywhere right now. You can see High just coming down from the river. a little bit of a fight between Incarnation and innoX, making sure innoX can't come all the way down. He's doing his own thing in a 1v1. Mission impossible here.
He cleansed also.
Oh, he goes for the flash. That's going to be the ultimate as well. Highlander goes down, and it's going to give innoX enough time to get away. Incarnation blows the Spirit Rush. The bottom fight had also broken apart once the communication was there that the mid laners could not make it.
I guess Incarnation didn't have his charm backup and when he went for that flash.
It seemed it, yeah.
But yeah, innoX still able to escape there on the Master Yi Alpha Strike 2 minions. So much action in this game, Riv. I got sidetracked. Oh yeah, I was gonna start talking about State of Devour with that Scuttle Crab, because that was big. When they forced, they took that support fight and they forced Bodydrop back into the jungle, and Trashy had to flash over this little wall. High claiming that Scuttle Crab is huge for him. 2 stacks from it on the Sated, or towards his Sated Devour.
He's at 9 right now.
It's actually really important for Shyvana to be able to transform it. Some champions not quite as much. All right, well, more action. Player's gonna get stunned up with the Braum passive.
After this, got a Sated question. Remind me. We'll hit it. Flaresz looks like he could be going down. He just got back to lane. His teleport's down from just coming back, and now he's back in the ground. Very unfortunate situation as he wants to get big for the team. As I was talking about Sated, looking at, you know, kind of any champion, what's a good average that we should see Sated become, become a Sated Devourer?
Well, it all depends on dragons, Riv. Enemy looking to take the first dragon off the field right now. Rumble ultimate, beautiful once again. Trashy almost dies to it.
Oh, he is gonna die. The dragon protecting his gold. High goes in. Looks like he's gonna go down very fast. A little overzealous in this fight from Cloud9. Maybe they thought they were a bit too powerful. That a lot of that armor, or damage rather, mitigated by Bodydrop's ultimate to stay in the fight. They come up big.
They were able to stop the dragon, plus Sneaky and LemonNation were able to shove all the way through the turret up to the secondary here. So Cloud9 really keeping up that pressure. And the ultimate there from Ball is able to ensure them a kill and stop the dragon. Keeping that dragon up on the field, that is the biggest part. Man. You know, Scuttle Crabs give you a 2, but Dragon's gonna give you 5 towards your completion. And High is going all in on the damage build for Shyvana. Now, rushing into Blade of the Ruined King straight after Devour leaves you extremely squishy for the early game. Some people will put 1 tank item in between the completion of those 2, just to build up some health for the mid game, for the skirmishes. But he's going to go for full power. It also means that your clear is insanely fast. He can solo Dragon really easily if just given a few seconds window as well. But it does leave him vulnerable in team fights. So he's going to have to play a little bit differently because he's a more squishy Shyvana than you're used to. Once again, though, returning to that crab. So the best 2 users of Devour are Kayle and Shyvana because they have so much on-hit damage. Almost Kale's whole kit is on-hit damage. So that's obviously why she's #1. But Shyvana very close behind because of the buff, where her burnout applies on hit as well. And then we'll be able to secure the dragon in the end. So sacrificing those lives earlier does pay off for Cloud9 and High.
Something that definitely changed when High came on the team and the communication started to get better is their risk reward and how much that paid off. Doing things like that and not losing dragon, not losing more turrets. They were able to gain things off of dying. And that's the strategy part, I guess, right? You have a strategy. You're going to come through.
Plus being able to react very fluidly during the game. They were able to call the all-in after seeing how effective the Rumble ultimate was. Initially, the Rumble ultimate just thrown to get them off Dragon, but taking down Trashy to 200 HP spurred High to commit fully to it. And you know, a little exchange, they did come out down in kills, but were able to make sure.
Yeah, overall, up 3K, 3.3.
Look at the amount of wards that they committed to it. Double upgraded yellow trinkets on top of the LemonNation Sightstone means that that blue quadrant was just lit up. I'm going to chase Trashy off again. Let's see if Trashy can hang around on Evelyn and actually smite steal this away. Oh, he doesn't have smite, so actually I'm going to try and chase him off.
He didn't like that too much.
Yeah, as we said, really squishy on the full damage Shyvana, so he's going to not hesitate to pop his ult and get out of there. Good call from High to abandon the Scuttler. Balls is going to be huge for this team. He's almost already to the Leandri's completion. Right now, though, he's the target.
This could be the play for them. Trashy, oh, innoX, a little too aggressive there, pushing him off for Trashy to get in. He could not close that gap.
His ultimate down here for Master Yi, so the kill on balls very unlikely under this turret.
Yeah.
Because now they can actually slow innoX.
There's the minion wave down. Balls is actually looking for a lot of turret damage right away.
Oh,
they're going to get the teleport in the last minion to keep it alive. Trashy's still the tank, though. Somebody could definitely come up to get a kill on this one, but they get each other in and out nicely. Too much of a gap on the map, and Cloud9 is serving the same thing on the bot lane.
Yeah, they were able to bring the teleport to the kill as well. So the only reason they're able to grab that is because that comes in and it's able to save the minion that the turret was on. So they didn't have to take turret hits a lot earlier. However, in exchange, they have to give up that bottom turret plus a lot of damage on this one. And the teleport cooldown for Flaresz will be known to Cloud9. So we'll see if Balls can make a teleport play for himself. 7-7 here, but Cloud9 ahead on gold. 2 turrets up, and of course they have the dragon timer as well.
They're working with what they already have. Moving those wards a little bit deeper in that side of the jungle already from having it from Dragon. Why not stay in the area you have the advantage? Picking up 1,000 more gold at least in their favor here. That kill score is still tied though, and you can expect it to go much higher once these teams start packing in to a turret dive. 31 to 26,000 right now, 3-1 in turrets. Cloud9, their early game is much better now. See if they can continue to the late game where they were still having troubles throughout the season.
Yeah, remember, you know, it was last week where they got the early lead and they were able to power it all the way through for our quickest victory of the North American LCS, this split. Hai is definitely on track to become extremely powerful. He's going to have that sub 20-minute Devour transformation, which is the goal. That's when you know you're doing really well. 20 minutes is like pretty much average. Since they did get that one dragon, he can't hit that mark. There he goes. Transformation complete, 19 minutes in. Very quick pace for him. And it's at the same time he completes his Blade of the Ruined King, which is also on hit. Now, as we said though, she's still fairly squishy. He'll transition in a full tank build after this now, so he can stay in the fight and actually get auto attacks off. The biggest weakness that Shyvana has is when she's kited, if the other team has enough CC to control her. She is just, she does just have that one jump with her ultimate. Heading top right now though, and they want to try and kill innoX. That's gonna be fairly difficult because, you know, combined with Cleanse and his ultimate, he has multiple ways to shrug off slows.
Right.
Flashes up as well, so I don't think he's gonna be moving up. Maybe Hai was just pushing up for a counter gank and they expected Evelyn up there. Now they see Evelyn down bottom though, and they teleport to answer.
Oh, teleport to the ghost. I like it for Balls, trying to get in sneakily, but he is the first focus here. He does actually have Merc Treads along with his Leandries. The crowd control not keeping Balls down for that long. Able to quickly move, and big kills coming up from Sneaky now with the extra damage. Incarnation onto Otter. Gets the rush, misses the missile coming out of Otter there. The dodge is coming in left and right, gets the heal on, he's not gonna go down. One last hit from a Foxfire and an auto attack, finally gets the shutdown. As you can see on Otter, the sword shoved into the ground there between the images.
Incarnation has given Cloud9 so much control of the mid lane this game. The Master Yi has been a target early on, and a vulnerability for the enemy squad. The mid lane, they haven't had control all game of it. Incarnation's done a good job keeping that up. They've also got plenty of wards to replace the turret that they took there. And they've started up Baron here. innoX gonna try and answer though. Can he make a hero play?
Negative, no chance. Unfortunately, he cannot get into time. That's huge for Cloud9. Starting to put their foot down. Let's see how they use the super mini waves now to keep pressuring forward. Dragon's gonna be a 19. Let's take a look at this again.
All right, so remember all the while this is happening as well, Hai is just shoving in up top, so they're gaining control of the top part of the map as well. Nice little T here from the Braum and Rumble ultimates. Trashy doesn't get to do anything in these team fights. Because of the effectiveness of these Rumble ultimates, Trashy's been chunked down so early, he doesn't add any damage, and it's basically a mismatch here. Sneaky also with a nice Kalista spear over the top. See what Incarnation, oh, we missed his little dodging of the missile, flashing back in for the kill. But again, the Sated Devourer, Shyvana with Blade of the Ruined King annihilates Baron,
boy.
as well as Dragon.
Winter's Bite actually hits innoX. It forces the fight. Hai is going to go down very fast. This could be bad for Cloud9. Fate's Call pulls out LemonNation. They're back onto innoX. He gets out with a sliver of health, and that's pretty much the story for all of Enemy, as Cloud9 now has the trifecta on the back line, still delivering damage. Sneaky Incarnation and Lemon staying alive through the fight and able to push off Enemy out of Dragon area. Don't know if they can get too much more out of this. Like we said, it was going to get bloody. I don't know if there's going to be enough people standing to keep pushing down turrets after these fights for some time.
Sneaky Incarnation will look to finish the mid one here.
They should have the wave. Yeah, they'll get it in time, so that'll work for them.
innoX does not have home guard, so I think it will go down. Baron buff there.
Just one. Nice and easy. Cloud9's going to back off, now extending that gold lead to just about 8,000. Very nicely done.
Yeah, we did see how quickly High can go down if you focus him, though, in that last fight. It's just that while they were taking down High, they grouped up and were AoE'd, so everybody was taken low during the time it took to kill High. Just look at any neutral objective is trivial for this champion, though. All right, so they dive in actually on the backline at the same time that they blow him up. And again, as you say, the Leandri's Rush Equalizer is a terror on this patch. Even so, they're able to melt the backline. So front line of Enemy, classic. They're left out there to dry, committed to the fight already, and the backline had to pull out because of the AoE magic damage.
That's Leandri's Merc treads, remember. Still painful. Still painful. So things looking good for Cloud9. Incarnation 5-0-1, 236 CS in that mid lane.
Oh, easy pickings here.
Got it.
All right.
Another one.
Well, Cloud9 complete control of the bottom side here. I think the Baron timed out already on everybody who had it, so that may slow down the siege here as they're sieging options.
TP. Yeah. Flaresz using that TP. The rest of Cloud9's going to know it. High, actually. Incarnation in a good position to get into this. He dives right into the middle. Flaresz is able to lock him down. Incarnation, maybe a bad decision here. The Ignite's on. He's going to stay alive. And Bodydrop's going down. 3 members now down for Enemy as Cloud9 is just able to figure out the fight that much faster and start dropping the members of Enemy. They've only lost LemonNation, and now they're on the second tier in bot lane.
We always caution against fighting against Rumble in jungle corridors, but fighting against Rumble and Braum, who can lock out any pathway through the jungle, very, very difficult. Again, by the time Trashy can get into the team fight, somebody's already dead because of those 2 slow fields controlling the zones inside the jungle for Cloud9. That will give them the easy opening to knock down another inhibitor here, and Cloud9 looking to have back-to-back really, really fast games here.
Yeah.
North American LCS.
I think that last fight kind of proves what you were saying in Champion Select, is that there is not much crowd control on the enemy team. For Incarnation to get out like that was crazy.
So what I was talking about in Champ Select was that Cloud9 have little crowd control with Shyvana.
Oh,
he doesn't bring in a lot. Enemy actually has substantial crowd control with Alistar and Maokai. I mean, I'd say it's decent average.
Good enough. Yeah. Not enough to kill Incarnation.
And I always value Alistar as enough crowd control for an entire team, just because how effective multi-man knock-up combos can be.
Can fall that way.
Yeah, and Twisted Advance is enough to get things started for Flaresz if they were ahead, but they are sadly not ahead and unable to make this catch work. Yeah, so this they were down. Oh, so they used everything right there. Bodydrop also just smashed into the ground, so there was no pulverize available for Alistar in this fight. And he was just auto-attacking the whole time. Trashy trying to run across the low fields there.
Thank you, dangerous game.
And innoX jumping, or Incarnation jumping in and out of the fight effectively on Ahri. 7-0-3 for Incarnation. Also trying to utilize one of the new, or one of the changed items here and get that AoE slow 40% with the Rylai's working there for Ahri for even more slow zones.
What will Cloud9 decide to do next? Anything is an option at this point. Just about 1 minute and 20 seconds on both Dragon and Baron. Consider that to be theirs. Enemy might just have to give these up with the damage just Balls himself can put out in these choke points. Maybe Be a fight at the inhibitor turrets would be the best thing. Still going to be difficult. One's already down. You're going to expect that split push coming in from C9 here as they are starting to deny all the vision in enemy's jungle. It's what Cloud9 has needed here at the end of the split. A few changes here and there. A lot of teams are actually making the changes. It's getting tighter and tighter and only 4 more games to go. It seems that Cloud9 is correcting the right things so far.
Definitely much better performances in the last 2 games.
Yeah.
Pi also getting more accustomed to the jungle.
More comfortable.
Looking for the
See.
sneak attack here, but it's not going to happen. Enemy do not want to face check anything. They do have Scrying Orb upgraded and available as well, so enemy just going to try and clear waves, soak until they get an opening from Cloud9.
Yep. That's an opening for C9 to go in from the side. An equalizer doesn't hit too many. Do they have flares enough to take him down? A lot of slows on slows that can come from Cloud9. innoX trying to go into the fight on a sneaky. He's just not big enough yet throughout the game to take him down. Also, the peel from the rest of the team in Cloud9 are just on point right now. Incarnation, a bit of a frown as Trashy walks away. Cannot take
Minions will finish it for him, though.
Minion. No, he's gonna live. He's got 16 HP. LemonNation with the Winter's Bite. Misses. It's open. The shield up for the movement speed, but he can't get in to hit Trashy. An unfortunate situation, but the victory still comes on the end of that. It's gonna be all right for the Cloud9 fans. 28-20 on the clock. And 20-10 in kills. Definitely a bloodbath we had here to start off week 8. Cloud9 take down enemy.
Back-to-back victories for Cloud9. Starting to get some wins back for themselves. An enemy knocked down once again. Have to start worrying. The Master Yi definitely not working out for them. As well as the little skirmish up top there where Ball's got a bunch of early kills and accelerated that build path into the Leandries, enabling him to get a solo kill on Flaresz.
It was definitely a rough game for NME. Looking at the damage charts in general, innoX actually did quite a significant less damage than Braum did, by like 1,000. So there was no fights that enemy could get themselves into. Credit to the Glacial Fisher and the Equalizer, because that pretty much deleted everybody in the fight. Now looking forward for these teams, Cloud9 definitely still has some hard games in Logic Gaming and Team Solo Mid as well. CLG tomorrow and TSM in week 9. Enemy, their schedule also does not get any easier. Liquid, TSM, and Dignitas to follow. So
yeah, and they're 4-10. Or 4-11 now.
4-11 now, yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, they're sweating a little bit.
Cloud9 move up to 5-10. Also, as we said, kind of banking on the championship points, making sure they can get a good spot and run that gauntlet.
Yeah, another big thing here that Cloud9 have shown is Incarnation back on an assassin.
Yeah, that's true.
Something that people were clamoring for when he came over initially. You know, now with the Rylai's buff, he's decided to go without the Ahri once again. And as I said, complete control over the mid lane and the middle of the map here.
Something talked about by Sneaky was kind of the pressure in the mid lane didn't allow Incarnation to feel safe in his games. That's why he kind of felt like he'd stay back. He didn't want to be the one to die. They had a plethora of wards, and High was always in Trashy's face. Incarnation, he had so much information that it almost made him push that lane. He couldn't do anything else. So the team is